still get some pretty good matchups there though for mid. Like, if you want to, you can go for Razor. Doesn't seem terrible here. He's actually a hero who's still in the pool. I checked this time. Yeah, but you got a lot of options for matchups versus TA that go fairly well. You just pick up a Viper. He's also available. It looks like Arc Warden is gonna get banned out. We've seen teams do some serious work with that hero, especially when you have a Legion Commander on your team. Like, that gets really ridiculous, the amount of pick-off power you actually have. The lanes for Taka look pretty static. Like, look at this draft. You pretty much know every time where these heroes are going to go.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Keep in mind that Taka do have a Meepo, and if there's ever a time to bust it out, it would be in a game where you're facing elimination. SG Esports don't really have the best anti-Meepo tech. Bane is pretty bad against Meepo. I mean, he's good at catching that one Meepo out as he tries to move away, but that's pretty much the extent of it. Legion is pretty good. Puck is okay, but for sure you want a little bit of higher burst damage if you're going to deal with that caliber of hero. It would make the TA go safe lane. People usually takes to the mid lane for that extra experience. I'm not really sure if that's something that they're interested in doing or something that they really are comfortable doing, but for Taka, it does seem like they have to, again, keep on going into these really, really weird strats. It's a troll instead. Interesting.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
I mean, maybe if they had a little bit more control to ensure that the Troll Warlord doesn't get hit with the cogs, or, you know, the whole cogs stuff from the clockwork, like caught in there a hookshot, or gripped by the Bane. I mean, there's so much the Troll Warlord has to deal with. Even Duel for the Legion Commander is just insane up against Troll Warlords. If you have the Blade Mail, of course, it's not that good if you don't. Troll Warlord just straight kills himself every single time if you do that. I mean, we'll give Taka building taking power, we'll give them easier Roshans in the future, but Troll Warlord seems kind of okay here, as SGE are going to give... never mind, I was going to say ADR Phantom Lancer, but he's actually going to grab the Legion for that mid lane, unless we have lane swaps, which is possible, but last pick Phantom Lancer for the SG Esports side, and Taka have very, very, very limited AoE. They can sometimes jump in on and kill off the PL, as he doesn't really have all that much safety, but I think ADR, if he gets a Blink Dagger and if he's just on the ball, initiating on those Phantom Lancer is going to be a nightmare.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Yeah. It's so easy for them to control TA. Like, again, the objective taking power is huge. Bat Ride will initiate for them, and then they'll just, with the Battle Trance, do a lot of damage. But it does seem like Battle Trance with TA is like the only real action that these heroes have together. Other than that, it's just a pile of heroes. Battery Assault's I think it's like the second or third, or it's definitely top 3 of level 1 damaging spells. Like, it's up there with Edict and like Gyrocopter's Barrage. If you're landing it on just one hero, there are very few spells that will do more damage than a Battery Assault. So they're going to push in here and see the lane, and they will see that it is definitely too weak for the Taka side to truly fight over this rune. It's really early, so Taka now know pretty much the exact lanes that are going to be coming up towards SGE, or at least some of the heroes that are going to be coming down here. But just looking at the items, it's very clear who's going where. They're thinking about making a play on top lane. This is incredibly risky from Costa and Bardinho, because you may be able to take down a Batrider because he has nothing but that napalm, but you don't really have an answer to anyone else who's coming in. This Lich, is he walking? This Lich actually looks like he's walking. No, he's not. He's still floating. So, more consistent graphics here.
The battle begins.
That would be just the ultimate travesty if this Lich just suddenly like unchained his legs and started sprinting across the map. There would be riots in the streets. Something we've seen a little bit from Laposa before. If he at all suspects that the lane is going to be a dangerous one, then he just wants to guarantee that creep wave. PTT is trying to block it and trying to make sure that Laposa doesn't get it, but there's really no way to ensure that that is going to happen. If Laposa wants it, Heroes at least he's going to get it. He will probably try to avoid confrontation as much as possible, but over towards mid lane, a matchup we don't get to see all that often. ADR already got a really lucky moment of courage proc and started chunking down Masha. But this is definitely a lane where ADR can just run at Masha, and Masha desperately needs that range, desperately needs those refraction shields to stay up, otherwise he just suffers a lot of damage. He can return fire pretty easily as well, but he has to be very careful about when he decides to do so. If he aggroes the creeps and his shield goes down, then he's going to take so much damage. Theo is just trying to be annoying. I guess he figures I only have level 1. My combo with the Bane doesn't really work up till on top lane until a little bit later. I can't really do anything with Cogs versus the Batrider anyway, so I may as well try to look for a Lich or look for an Earth Spirit and try to do some damage to them. It does seem like at this point it's a little bit of an awkward place to... Where did the courier die? What? Oh. That's my excuse, guys. Can't watch it. No one was moving for a courier. They just kind of got it. Illusion. Roll in now. ADR does have a salve. There's an Orb of Venom on him, though. He's going to try to pick a fight. He does have Bestie attack, but he's taking so much damage for the spill shot. Oh, he was going to try to greed out there and try to bait PTT in to do even more damage, but another Psyblade spill shot chunks him down and makes him miscalculate, so ADR ends up giving over a kill towards PTT. That is first blood for Taka. That is the start they need if they're going to push this to another game. Gonna get away for now. Well, the kick will land. There's no follow-up. Roll in from the Earth Spirit is going to fail. At the very worst here for Taka, like, this is much different from the second game. They were getting absolutely stomped in a handful of their lanes, and they just couldn't do anything. In this game, all the lanes are being pretty well challenged. The Batrider is taking some shots here and there up towards top lane, not really able to stop the Phantom Lancer simply because it's a PL. You'll never die to a Bat Rider as PL, but they are going to Nightmare the Bat Rider. They have a Lance, level 2, and a Brain Sap. This is going to be quite a bit of damage. Is this going to be enough for a kill? Oh, Doppelgang forward. I think if he just committed to the right clicks, he's actually going to die still to the Troll. I think if he just right-clicked him, he would have been able to get that kill. It seemed like it would have been enough, but either way, they do take him out, right? He's still off the map. He's still not farming. The SG kind of unfortunate there, but they're not going to be too upset. He's still dead. Roll is gonna miss though, and Masha does not have another refraction. Lots of right click damage, big nuke as well. Now caught in the cogs. Theo may die here, but he'll take the TA. Already a fantastic trade. PTT also kind of stuck in the cogs, or something was going on there. They're gonna try to rotate in with with Shadowburn rather towards Bardinho, but they can't quite make that happen. Now ADR has another nuke. He does have boots, and the Lich does not have ice armor. Roll and is again off the mark. The jukes from the Lich. No, it's not gonna happen. There is a lot of damage here from the TA and the Earth Spirit. The heal on the Legion Commander is going to be used a little bit too late. One more right click, up the hill, misses, I think. And ADR is going to live. That regen from just a level 1 press, just good enough. PT is going to jump before Bardinho, but he has to heal himself. It looks like he'll try to go into the trees, but the Orb of Venom will take him down. PTT will not die to the tower, and Masha will be fine as well. So they get the Bane out of it, but still they lose a TA and a Lich. As the LC does survive and will shrine up, that's still a perfectly fine trade for SG Esports. HP Troll is a pretty easy rotation to make. Even Bardinho teleporting in there. They will find a Lich. They're fast enough to actually get to him. We'll just have to let him go. Still killing off now the safe lane. I Hate Anime is going to drop. Had a pretty easy time up till now, but still not a lane where he could really challenge the puck. He's got Soul Ring, should have Phase Boost coming up next. PTT once again roll in onto ADR. Immediately the slow is purged off, but there's even more slow here. Bardinho though is going to duel up the TA with the duel on the Earth Spirit. As the Nightmare on the TA, they will get the kill onto PTT. That is not a dual win. Maybe they'll get 2 actually, as Masha is stuck in a cage. ADR is not that healthy. Is only with an empty bottle, so is going to make a retreat. That was a fully charged Sonic Trap. Big melt hit, but ADR does have another press. Nightmare is going to be pushed off the LC onto the Lich. That was a pretty smooth move there from Bardinho, just taking the TA out of the fight with the Nightmare, letting ADR set up for the duel. And that gank again backfires. The creep wave is going to get that extra armor, so it's going to be creep wave upon creep wave after creep wave onto Shadowburn, and he has to try to deal with that. So it does seem like they do need a little bit of pressure towards either that PL or just more pressure on the other lanes where PL isn't. Doesn't seem like that's really going to happen off of just a clockwork kill. So they really need Earth Spirit to start landing some pretty influential initiations on heroes that actually matter, but seems like every single time on Legion hasn't worked. Maybe you can try on the puck, but it's spoiled. It's so hard. He's gonna miss.
Dire structures are fortified.
Attained is just here to kill off. Not a ton of movement speed, but he has so much bulk in just his stats. And of course that Brain Sap offering him extra HP with the stick, with the Brain Drop. He's going to Nightmare the Bat Rider. They are going to drive the Lich away really, really low. In the meantime, kill off I Hate Anime. They're just going to fall back. They're happy with that kill. Was that a dual win? I'll check that out in just a little bit. And make an attempt to move up towards top, which will fail. Duel was won there. That's going to be another huge kill on the Troll, giving ADR that acceleration. This is a concern here. The Troll is not having an easy time. He is just 100 gold ahead of the
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Defrosted.
Shut your eyes, intrigue.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Doesn't even have anything huge as far as items are concerned. Like, this isn't a Phantom Lancer with Diffusal, who's running rampant, burning all your mana, and killing you. It's just power treads, poor man shield, ring of Aquila. I mean, it's standard stuff from the PL, perhaps like a little bit more early game than we otherwise might see, but it's still not too out of the ordinary. He's still just going in, and he's not really being addressed right now. They absolutely need either a Lasso, which is an uppy on the Bat Rider, or an Earth Spirit to come in if they're going to actually deal with that hero. Because again, their AoE is very, very limited. It's easy to kill off the illusions when the illusions are chasing a Bat Rider, but unless that's going to happen, the AoE on Taka is not really there. And oh, this Lich build as well. This might be a little bit of the reason why we're having all these problems, because Lich has gone for a lot of ice armor, which is not a bad spell, far from it, but it is going to mean that SG Esports are getting a lot more experience than they otherwise would be getting.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Death brings an end.
Top lane tower was killed by the Phantom Lancer at the same time. Quite expensive, but still they get 2 tier 1s. And they are going to be still able to survive the clockwork, and still this Phantom Lancer is running around unchallenged. So ultimately, you would rather not do that as SGE, but they're not going to be too upset, especially this Puck. A sudden infusion of gold, and suddenly Blink with boots and Soul Ring. Thought he was going to upgrade his boots first. We've seen a lot of phase Soul Ring builds coming out from offline Puck, specifically with Posa in the past couple of games, but this Blink Dagger is so early. It's going to be an unpleasant surprise for I Hate Anime. There is a duel at the ready, and with no tower to reinforce, all they need is a coil to land. Oh, they're gonna not find him. That was pretty lucky for I Hate Anime to avoid that gank, because that would have been such an easy duel win.
The mystery is renewed.
Costa.
A true nightmare.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Another nice kill for Taka, but a Phantom Lancer in a position like that is usually something that you're going to want to punish, and couldn't get it in place at the right time. I didn't see if there was a stack of Ancients that Masha just cleared up, but he was fighting at least some of them. Is not doing too poorly in the net worth department since Legion has moved out. Oh, big smoke in, is actually going to find just the Earth Spirit. Now the Lasso onto the Clockwork with a couple of right clicks from the Legion. They'll take him down, and they will dodge out of that. But the Lich coming in from the south, ADR, is going to take the Chain Frost bounce, and he is going to be in a lot of trouble as well. Now they finally drop the coil onto Shadowburn. Not much damage going here. Can Costa actually seal the deal here? He will. Looking for another now onto the Lich. PL has shown up rather early. He will take down another, ultimately 2 for 2. Looking for more? Well, Masha's looking for more. We'll find Bardino in the middle of nowhere. Grip was used there on the Bane. Not really sure on who. I assumed the TA, but it didn't really pull that much. That's going to be a 3 for 2 in favor of Taka now. Still, these heroes, PL, Puck, are really big problems that are not being addressed, but they take down a tier 1 on top lane in the meantime, so these are big gains. Unless they lose I Hate Anime, in which case it'll all kind of go to hell, and they will be in a perfect position to surround this troll. They see him, they have a hook shot, can't miss it when you're TPing, and Troll's gonna have to try to dig his way out, gets bumped back as well. The Lance slow is there, the battery assault permastun is there, and he gets dead.
Spray.
Get up if you can.
Still actively pressuring that bottom lane. Legion was camping this out a little while ago, but Legion doesn't really push towers all that well. At least not with the current damage she has. GE, they aren't decisively in the lead, not by any stretch. Mostly thanks to Masha and the amount of farm that he's been able to get out of this mid lane TA. That being said, TA is going up against quite a few answers. Will be eventually running into a Blade Mail among those answers, so it does feel like Taka has to kind of abuse their Templar Assassin's power level that she has right now. Laposa is going to get rolled in on, and the coil will drop, but that will not help the Puck. The Nightmare is going to be pulled off Masha, now straight towards the Bane. He'll get healed up a little bit by the Legion, and that will get him out of there. Clutch escape provided by ADR. But Masha still is getting involved in these fights now with the Blink Dagger. This is the timing that Taka have to abuse. They have to use this TA as much as they can.
Mere coin?
What have we here?
Is going to do the same exact item build as last game. Boots. Boots Blink, Soul Ring with Midas on top of that. Posa, not quite crushing as much as last game, but is still doing it remarkably well for an offlane Puck. Doing just as well as ADR on the Legion Commander, who is going to, with that Blink Dagger, join the rest of the team for a big smoke. Was not spotted by anyone on the Radiant, but they also don't see anyone from the Radiant side. Masha is going to present himself. The flare is going to reveal PTT, but he's going to jump down to the low ground. If Theo jumps in, not everyone can follow him. He does have to be really careful right now. Coil only dropped onto this Earth Spirit. Chain Frost now out. Is going to bounce between a couple of Ancients, but mostly Kit hits onto the Bane. Bouncing back to Theo. He does hookshot himself out of here, but he doesn't have cogs, so he's just going to go down. Oh, maybe not with the heal from the Legion. It's going to be a little bit closer. They do drop the Magnetize, and Theo will be left behind. SG Esports, they just run into the wrong target now, and it will be them to feed over 2 free kills to Taka, and that's going to open the doors wide open for Masha. Start going to work on that Roche. They can still fight over this, though. They did use the hook shot to get out, and it failed, but orbs flying through with overwhelming odds spam. Roshan, as quick as it is not easy.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Gather round, do it with flair. Behold! Get lost, like gears in the rain. You might wish to retract your last move.
Clockwork just underestimating the creep's right-click damage. He doesn't have a Stout Shield or a Vanguard or anything like that, so creeps will stack up their DPS, and Batrider's throwing a couple right clicks here and there, also not doing too bad. It is going to be still a trade that for SG Esports they're in theory happy to make, but that should have been just an easy kill. Like, you rotate in, use the grip. See, I gotta deal with the Earth Spirit in there as well, and you end up losing your clock for it. And that's really unfortunate because Clock, if he is able to get some farm, is one of the better heroes to have as far as answering TA, just as far as the items that he's willing to build. He was thinking about Force Staff, is now going to go for Medallion to Solar Crest. If he goes for a Blade Mail, like all of these items are just absolute all-stars up against that TA, and it doesn't seem like he's going to be really able to get any of them. His farm rate is glacially slow, especially compared to the farm rate that SG Esports had in the last game. We got Bane with nothing and Clockwork with barely any more. The kick. PTT was just a little bit too far there. He's going to get the Blink Dagger, or at least try to. TA, though, is still an absolute monster around the map that SG so far have yet to deal with. They do have a pretty big hero on their side as well in that Phantom Lancer. 13 at this point, soon to be level 14, so he's pushing that 15 talent really quickly, as well as the Diffusal Blade Yasha. This Mana Burn, this Swarm style up against TA is again something that TA hasn't really had to deal with yet, but it's something that TA really doesn't deal with all that well. Troll's got Mask of Madness. He's getting quite a bit of farm as well. More than the Puck, more than the Legion. Again, this team is rallying around her. Shadowburn, he's got to have a Blink Dagger. Right, it's on the courier right now. Yeah, there's his Blink. He does have that initiation tool with the drums. 20 minutes on the dot. It's picked up. It does seem like the time for Taka to try to set up somehow to go for that Roshan. You got to get a pick off beforehand. Where a couple of illusions scouting in the area, and SG will just be aware that with the TA and with the Troll, Taka will love to go for Roche. The pings are in fact out. Taka. Are they going to go straight Roche, or are they going to wait? Flare is going to be used, and it will fade in vision, so now's the time to start if they're just going to rush it down. You have an Obs on the high ground in the Prowlers, and it looks like a Flare will be shot in again, but this is so fast.
Middle tower is under attack. Dire structures are fortified.
Later, Mask of Madness, full Warlord, maxed out in Fervor. Easy tower destruction over in this mid lane for the tier 2. Teleport in towards bottom, silence up the Phantom Lancer, kick him, or at least try to. Think they have anyone in position to deal with this. The PL can just send out some illusions for some good mana burn and some vision. TP out, knowing that there is no more kick here on PTT. Actually was a kick, he just didn't have any vision. They concede that mid lane. SG seems like they're just gonna try to outfarm the opposition. They have now two Midases, one on the Puck, one on the Legion. Very rare we see Legion with the time to pick up a Hand of Midas, but is really incredible with that extra gold, and at this point does seem like she needs that recovery method, because the mid lane worked out decently for ADR, but for sure between the movements and the fact that ADR wasn't able to find that as many dual victories as he would really like, is going to take a break here from the super aggro style that usually Legions play.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
Back off, knowing that Bat Rider initiation is still a threat. Doesn't seem like Taka are really interested in defense today, because they do push faster between the Deso and the Fervor from the Troll. So they can just force these objectives, and maybe for SG they get a trade. They do. The tower was softened up beforehand, so it looks like tower-wise that was actually a completely even exchange on both sides. It's going to be great for the Bat Rider to have that lack of vision, but at the same time, SG, they're kind of okay preventing these, taking out these towers as well. Opens up the map a lot once this Legion Commander is ready to set for a couple more duels. Smokes and even like Shadow Blade build, if that's going to ever be picked up by ADR, or maybe not, but these type of movements from the LC, much easier since these towers have been taken down. But Taka, they still, with this BKB on Templar Assassin with the blink on the Bat Rider, should be looking for an engagement if they can find any. Looks like they may find the Bane. Vision is just out of range, actually.
This will do nicely.
What have we here?
A prize.
Definitely still looking for these moves, but unfortunately Shadowburn, well, he's gonna blink out and the hookshot will miss. That actually is pretty good for SGE because everyone was there from Taka, and they could have turned that around very easily. But now they do have to concern themselves about actually escaping. Bardini will TP out. TL jumps deep into the trees. He has a TP in 1 second. Shadowburn has no blink. Use blink to get in. Everyone will extract themselves from the top lane and continue this split farm strat. Taka are moving with slightly more heroes than the SG Esports side. They'll find Theo pretty easily, take him down with the DPS from that TA. But in general, you can see in this dip of EXP and the gold, this game state and how it's being approached is slightly benefiting the SGE heroes. They just farm a little bit faster, their 5 manning just a little bit less. They do have to watch out for these losses though, as losing Banes and Clockwork, ordinarily not that bad. For sure stacks up if you lose one too many. They'll pretty much give up the super slight lead that they're gaining. They're going to jump in. ADR looking for the duel. The Troll Warlord, not sure about that. Perhaps on a half-health Bat Rider will be a little bit better. Laposa, little phase, jump out. Where's the Earth Spirit here? They really need that hero in the area for the control. He is going to finally roll in. Huck, though, is going to phase shift. Oh, he's still going to get silenced, though, and will get taken down. SG Esports failing to come in here with proper backup. End up feeding a lot of heroes over, and that's going to bring Taka right back into that gold lead comfortably.
Jackpot.
Arms for the dead.
Cost them a lot, but still you can see the Hand of Midas style on these heroes. Puck is actually somehow, I don't know how, above his friendly Phantom Lancer net worth. Like, that's not supposed to be happening, but he's gonna be pretty happy that it is. The Aghanim Scepter, the next purchase here for this Puck, giving them that really nice coil break stun time. They don't have any way of forcing it except for cogs, which is, I don't really know about that, but still it's going to be an incredible tool here for the Puck as he picks up more and more items. And yeah, they're keeping up pretty well in their own collective net worths, but there's just no comparing any of these heroes to the TA's level of farm. She's now going to get an anti-Phantom Lancer tool in that Maelstrom. Set up for I Hate Anime though. There's the blink, there's the duel. Lassa is going to interrupt as the backup for ADR was really lacking. He jumped in way too far. What the hell was that play? I don't really know. ADR will feed himself over and maybe they'll be able to get a couple more on the retreat. There's a grip on the TA, but there's no one actually killing her, so it'll do nothing. I'm not really sure why you do that as SG Esports. Just going with only a Legion? That's never going to work.
zooming in.
He doesn't have a Midas this troll, but he's still doing very well for himself in the farm department. ADR with his BKB will about maybe a little bit. Yeah, it's lit first minor damage, but the control and the damage from the TA, Bat Rider, Lasso, and the troll is still going to be enough to kill off this Legion commander. It does seem like she's kind of feeling the pressure right now, and Costa as well. Kind of uncharacteristically slow farm. A hero like PL is just go for a Blink Dagger, just try to get on top of those soft heroes in the back and kind of concede that the TA is going to be killing off some of his allies. But Post is going to dodge the kick. He's going to dodge the silence. Well, that didn't really need to be dodged, that one. Bardinho, though, is going to try to teleport out. The lasso is on cooldown. Oh, there you go. Now, this style of play from SGE, where they're split pushing, being really tricky, this is what I can get behind. Like, this is what you got to do when you have all these Midas, is just avoid confrontation as much as possible. If you 5-man into a troll, then you duel him, yeah, I'm down with that, but it doesn't seem like this is really a sustainable way of playing the game. Like, they would like to do it as long as they can. The opportunities to keep this up are just so few and far between. They're going to run into the Templar Assassin. There is a grip here on the Bane. Quite catch up to the TA. Immediately blink out with the Mjolnir on her. That was a super fast reaction from the TA.
Claire's here.
Invisibility.
See him. Bionic Trap is going to get put to sleep. They're going to try to save 8 as much as they can. They one-shot Bardinho. It'll take a couple more shots to kill off this Legion, but they'll take her down as well. SG Esports, the victim of a massive smoke gang, going to get Masha 2 more kills. And hey, look at that. Roshan's up. I Hate Anime's already there working on it. It's going to be scouted by the Flare, but again, there's nothing they can really do about this. They could throw in some spells, throw visions, whatever. It's not really going to do. Costa's going in, actually. They're going to try to muscle their way in here. I'm not really sure about that. As up towards top, they've lost Theo. That was a really bad play from SG. Are you trying to 3v5 right now?
Roshan has fallen to the Radiant.
Mere coin?
Silence. Here I am.
Not have that much mana on the TA here, which is not really great if their idea is really just to go for a push. So they gotta wait a little bit more. Can't immediately go in, so we give SG Sports a little more time to maybe get some control in these lanes, maybe get a nice pick off with the duel, get Legion more than 20, which is way below average for especially a mid Legion this far along in the game. But still, this is not looking that easy for SGE. Their high ground isn't really that impressive either. Like, they have Orb, they have the overwhelming odds. There to split push, I guess, but when Taka actually decide to go for a push with the troll, with the TA, towers fall so quick, and you can't really stall that out as SG. Like, you can hookshot, you can nightmare, I guess, but it's not really the type of initiation style that you really need when you're facing also up against a Bat Rider, who at this point is also doing pretty well for himself as far as his items. He really doesn't need anything else as Bat, except for, like, you know, maybe a BKB, but even that's not that strong in this game. wasn't even a fight with the Templar Assassin. That was just everyone else in Taka stepping up their game, finding the Phantom Lancer in kind of a random spot. Couldn't blink out of there. And now, 30 seconds with no ADR. They'll fortify. They didn't use fortify to counter battle trans, which means if he decides to use it, Rip Tower, it's going to die super quick. Here's the flares, the orb, and we can see how much it matters. Rax will fall. Both of them in the mid lane. No. They could have. They just decided not to. SG Esports, they essentially don't have a Legion Commander. Like, yeah, she won that duel, but she doesn't have the ability to survive a duel afterwards and continue onwards and do more damage. The Troll Warlord was just destroying her while she was dueling. And of course, losing your Phantom Lancer first thing is not exactly ideal, so this is looking like a game that's going to be really hard for Taka to lose, unless they pull a game 1.
Regeneration!
Is dropping low. She still has the 8 She's not even gonna lose it. She might lose it, but Costa is so weak right now, and he's gonna die as well. Already 3 kills for none. GG is called. They're just done.
My blades and my mind are as one.
Way longer than I'm used to. You started hanging with a new crew, talking to my friends like that's something that I'm used to. I never cash shells, I just wanted him to lose you. Damn, puffing on that bullshit Uncle Sans. Who'da thought that he would understand? And I just never fall out, I just wanna win. I'm in it for the long run, I do this on my fam. Something is wrong with the way, and I don't know why. Why you need to lie? Something is wrong with the way, and I don't know why.